We were married in 1966 on August 29th after having just returned from outreach in the Caribbean.
How did you first meet?
I first met Jenny in Evangel College. It was at the beginning of the first year that she came.
I transferred colleges to go back to Missouri to this school called Evangel.
As we got to visiting, we decided to go for coffee at the coffee shop on campus.
He said where he's from. It was Duncan, Oklahoma, which is where my mom was from. There was this one night, he took me to a hootenanny. It was everybody singing. You know, it was just something that was popular back in the 60s. And he was wearing white jeans and a light aqua sweatshirt. And he looked so cute. I think that was when I started to fall in love with him.
We were living in the Ozark Mountains in Springfield, Missouri, and it's near the mountains. And so we would drive out into the hills.
At first it started out as a really good friendship, you know? And then I began to feel romantic love.
I really liked Jenny, and it was just a natural fit in a lot of ways. I mean, we're very different in personalities, but maybe that was good.
Jimmy took me for a little ride, and we had a Jeep. So we went on a Jeep ride, and he parked the car, and he slipped the ring on my finger. So that's when we got engaged formally. And my plan was to go back home and get a job. We were all praying around the altar. I was down on my knees, and the Lord spoke to me. He said, "You haven't even asked me if I want you to go this summer on the outreach." I'm thinking about the wedding and all the planning. How could I do that? So I wondered, is this really you, God? I said, okay, if this is you, Lord, you send someone to tell me as soon as I stand up. You send someone to tell me I should go. Before my knees were straightened, this other friend of mine named Dodie, she comes clear across the auditorium and tells me, "I think you should go this summer. And here's $100 to start you on your way. I'll go home, and I have a job lined up, and I will send you money to pay the rest of it this summer." So my friend Dodie went home and got a job and worked and sent me to Jamaica. I was literally bathing in a river 2 weeks before our big church wedding. Flew on the plane, got back to California. Mom had planned the wedding for us. And 2 days after we got married, Lauren said, "Do you want to become full-time with YWAM?" And we got down on our knees and prayed in the motel, and we said yes. And I looked past ourselves, you know, I looked back to my parents and their generation and the way they went out pioneering and preaching and starting churches, very similar to YWAM in a way. This is a link that's going generation to generation. It's been a great ride for 50 years, and I'm most grateful to Jimmy, my husband. Fell in love with him at a hootenanny, and we've had a marvelous adventure for 50 years, trusting God, going places, meeting new people, seeing God open doors for us. It's been fabulous.